Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ellie Witch Lady and today I'm going to be showing you most of my crystal collection, and I'll be going through each one and what you can use them for within Spellwork. So yeah, so without any further ado I shall just get straight on with that, and thanks very much for watching. So I've been collecting crystals for the past 14 years, but I've always kind of had a fascination with them ever since I was in my teens. So I used to walk along the beach and try and find little sort of quartz stones or anything that sort of looked unusual. So I have got those somewhere, but where I've put them I've got no idea. But yeah, so that's kind of, you know, it's been a natural draw, a natural kind of pull towards stones, crystals, gemstones, all that kind of thing. And I think what I love about them is like the different sort of patterns and colours, and you know, with some of them they sort of sparkle, some of them are just sort of dull but they're banded, but the best ones are the shiny banded crystals. So you know, one of my favourites is pink agate, and that's beautiful, and blue lace agate as well. They're two of my favourite stones as well, but anyway, I'll get on to those in a bit. So yeah, anything I suppose pretty and shiny. Use my crystals in Spellwork by when I'm, you know, with doing my spell and everything, I hold on to the crystal and I visualise my end goal and what I want to achieve, and I put in all my positivity into that stone. And yeah, so I just kind of hold on to that and I close my eyes and I visualise positivity and light going into this stone, and then I imagine my end goal, my, you know, what I want to achieve, as I say. And then what I do is I carry the crystal around with me. Sometimes I've just put it in a pocket, you know, in my jeans, or sometimes I've put it in my handbag in a pocket in that. And if I use a few crystals to use for different things, I'll put them, say I use 2 crystals or 3, I'll put them all in like a little pouch, and then I'll put that in my handbag or in my jeans pocket or coat pocket, anything like that really, just to keep the crystals with me and keep the spell strong, and to keep the energy going, so that it will, as I say, hopefully help me achieve, you know, my end goal and stuff. So yeah, I cleanse and charge my crystals by putting them in a selenite, I think that's how you pronounce it, selenite bowl, which is a white bowl. And I'll just go and get that. That's one thing I've forgotten to bring with me. Wait a minute. So this is my selenite bowl, and I use it to put my crystals in to charge. And this, the best thing about selenite is that it's got its own charge. So if you have a selenite crystal, you don't need to necessarily put it out in the moonlight or whatever. It's got its own charge, and it's also known to charge other crystals. So for me, I will put crystals in here and then put them out in the moonlight, so you've got the charge of the selenite coming from obviously the bowl into the crystals that are within the bowl, and then you've got the charge and the cleansing coming from the moonlight. There is a full moon coming up very soon, so I can't fit all my crystals in here, but I'll be doing a few at a time over 3 nights. So I'll put the crystals out just before the full moon, next night when there is actually the full moon, and then the night after when it's just beginning to wane. So yeah, I love my selenite bowl. I think it's really pretty, and as I say, you can put crystals in it to charge and leave it out in the moonlight. But with actual selenite crystals, as I say, themselves, they just have their own charge. They carry their own charge all the time, so they don't necessarily need to be left out in the moonlight. So yeah, so that's that. So I think what I shall do now is I'm going to show you my crystal collection, and I will just be explaining each of the crystals and what their properties are. So the first crystal is amethyst, I've got my phone for notes here, you know me, my brain's everywhere. Okay, so the first crystal that I'm going to show you is amethyst, and the properties for that is for balance, it's also used by empaths. It's used for intuition and psychic abilities, for meditation, or to help, you know, meditation, because some people struggle with that. So yeah, so it helps with that. Positive energy, protection, purification and wisdom. And it's also one of my favorite stones, so there we go. So the next one that I will show you is Aventurine, and the uses for that, or the properties for that, is balance, creativity and inspiration, empowerment, and it also gives you like a sort of sense of purpose. So it's a stone that will kind of motivate you to a degree, well, with any luck. So yeah. Okay, so the next stone is Angelite, and the properties of that is it helps relieve anger and stress, and it helps with communication, and also helps with meditation. So as I say, that's a really good one, because I know a lot of people do struggle with that. But yeah, so it's a pretty stone, that one. Next stone, or the next crystal that I'm going to talk about, is aragonite, and aragonite's properties are for, yeah, again, easing anger and stress, letting go of grief, good for mental health, nurturing and self-love. So, you know, self-love is really important, because, you know, you've got to love yourself first before anyone else can, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, so the next crystal I'm going to talk about is Aventurine, and the properties for that is abundance and money, so helps with that. Helps with confidence, hope, joy, luck, positive energy and vitality, and we all need a bit of vitality. So okay, the next crystal that I'm going to talk about is azurite, and its properties are for clarity and focus, intuition and psychic abilities, and for visioning. So yeah, again, some people find it difficult to sort of use their visualization skills, but having this stone should help you be able to open up to that, because as I say, I know people find it difficult to do it. I do from time to time as well. Okay, so the next stone is blue apatite, I think that's how you pronounce it, and its properties are for relieving anger and stress, for creativity and inspiration, so good for people that love their sort of arts and crafts and things like that, you know, people trying to create original works and things. Intuition and psychic abilities, purification, so if you're wanting to cleanse an area in your house or wherever you live, it encourages relaxation and visioning, so that's good. Right, so the next crystal that I'm going to talk about is blue lace agate. Yeah, again, as I said, one of my favourites. It's for communication, confidence and empowerment, so it's a stone about strength, and it's, I mean, with this crystal, I'm really drawn to it. I'm drawn to the colour, drawn to the beautiful bands that it has around it, and I've kind of always had self-doubt about myself, so it does just give me that boost, that confidence, you know. So okay, so the next stone I'm going to talk about is bloodstone, and that's used for confidence, grounding, physical health and purification. So, and I love the bloodstone because it's generally a dark green colour, but it's got little bits of red, which obviously kind of look a bit like blood, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful stone. So, right, next crystal is carnelian. I never know how to pronounce that, but its magical properties are confidence, empowerment, physical health and vitality. And that's as I say, another beautiful orangey coloured crystal. It's beautiful. So the next one, now I should have had citrine I should have had citrine in here, but I don't. And the reason for that is because I don't know where that stone is. I have got it somewhere. I've probably got it in my handbag somewhere, but I've used it mainly for encouraging abundance and wealth and that kind of thing. That's mainly what it's used for. It's a good all-round stone for protection as well, but I don't actually have that one with me. So but yeah, so I have got citrine, but I'll have to find it. Okay, so clear quartz is the next one, and their properties, or the properties for clear quartz, are manifesting, meditation and purification. Yet again, I'd probably use that one as like a cleansing stone, but also a stone that protects as well. And yeah, and that's a general all-rounder as well. Okay, so the next crystal I'm going to talk about is Charoite. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not quite sure. Properties of that are for anger and stress relief, clarity and focus, purpose and visioning. And the next one is, I don't know how you pronounce this, but it's Chiazolite, and its properties are encourages harmony and peace and turns negativity into positivity, which is what we all want. We don't want negativity. I mean, I know life's about balance, positive, negative, but at best you want to hopefully live in the light and have positive, good, happy things happen to you. Okay, the next crystal, this is probably my favorite one, and it is Dragon Aura Quartz. And it is that lovely pinky bluey shimmery sort of quartz, because I think it is a clear quartz, but it's had like, what is it, gold, silver and other minerals like put into it, so it is a sort of man-made kind of crystal, but it's stunning. And so the properties for that is it aids communication, meditation, grounding, stimulates the immune system, encourages love, and reduces stress and encourages wealth. So that's an all-rounder yet again, because it's connected to clear quartz and all that. It's a great all-rounder, and it's a beautiful stone to have. I absolutely love mine because it's heart-shaped, so yeah. Okay, Dragon Blood, another good stone. It kind of reminds me of the bloodstone. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that, but anyway, the properties for that is it's a stone of patience, confidence, empowerment, and helps ease sorrow and grief. So it's one, I think that's a good one to have if you've lost a loved one, or if you've broken up with your partner or whatever. That's just one to just keep with you, and just, I'd say, meditate on it, and it'll bring a lot to you. And the next one is Galaxyite, another favourite of mine. Galaxyite cleanses, protects and balances the aura and prevents energy leakages. So that's another beautiful one that sort of, it almost glitters in the light as well. It literally looks like a galaxy. So so the next crystal is jade, green jade, and its properties are for abundance and money, grounding, joy, love, luck, nurturing and physical health. So yeah, that's another one that I actually could have used with my bottle spell that I did a few weeks ago. Okay, so the next crystal I'm going to talk about is hematite, and that's used for clarity and focus. Empaths use it. It's used for grounding and for manifesting. So grounding is important, especially if you've been like meditating and things like that. You just need that thing to sort of bring you back down to earth, as it were. So the next crystal I'm going to talk about is called Herkimer, I think that's how you pronounce it, diamond quartz, and that's used for meditation, purification and visioning. So it helps with all those sorts of things, and my particular one was given to me as a present from a friend, so it is really special and I absolutely love it. Okay, so Howlite is the next one, and that eases anger and stress, helps to sort of let go of grief and, you know, help you in that way if you've lost a loved one. It's used for meditation, purification and relaxation. So it's there to help ease your mind, hopefully, and just to sort of keep you balanced to a point, you know. So okay, this is one of my favourite crystals as well, is Malachite. And the uses for that is for confidence, empowerment, luck and protection. So it's such a beautiful green, and the bands on it are just absolutely stunning. It is one of my favourites, it really is, it's gorgeous. Okay, next crystal I'm going to talk about is Moonstone, and its uses are for empowerment, intuition and psychic abilities, for meditation and to hopefully help ease mental health issues, and also helps with it's used for wisdom as well. So I love that stone. I carry it around me. I do have mental health issues myself, so I have that stone with me, and as I say, it just helps give me that little boost of confidence, you know. So okay, next crystal is moss agate, and that is used for grounding, encourages tranquility and emotional balance. And that's a lovely sort of white stone with green. It literally looks like moss that's grown on a stone. It's lovely. It's a really beautiful stone. Next one is Obsidian, and that's used for grounding, protection and purification. So yeah, again, it's one I would say also if you want to sort of keep negativity at bay. Okay, so my next crystal is Onyx, and that's used for grounding, physical health and vitality. So yeah, again, it's one more for the sort of physical body as well as like the spiritual. So next one is Opalite, and that is used for emotional healing, letting go of grief, joy, mental health and purification. So it's one that covers quite a lot of different things, and it's a beautiful, generally it's a translucent sort of stone, but sometimes, you know, some are sort of whiter than others, or some are clearer than others, you know. So but yeah, it's lovely. The next crystal is pink agate, and that encourages love and helps overcome negativity, bitterness and any emotional trauma. So that's another lovely one to have, you know, if there's been a lot of sort of negativity in your life. So I would probably put that pink agate with another stone that would deal with keeping yourself protected, and that's what I was going to say about hematite, is that keeps you protected. So right, so pink opal is used for love. It helps calm and soothe. It encourages love and peace and dispels fear, worry and anxiousness. So that's definitely one for me. I suffer really badly with anxiety, and it's just a lovely one to sort of hold and just, as I say, put my energy into, and hopefully it will give that positive, good, loving energy back, you know. Okay, so the next one is Rainbow Moonstone, and that's used for letting go of grief, for joy, positive energy, protection and purification. And that's a really lovely stone. I love, as I say, the sort of the way it glints and the sort of little colours in there and stuff. It's beautiful. Okay, so my next stone is Rhodochrosite. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, that's another sort of pinky coloured stone, and that's used for easing anxiety and depression, emotional healing, letting go of grief, joy, love. It's used for mental health issues, nurturing, positive energy, and self-love. So, and it's one to hopefully give you like a sense of purpose and being, you know. So it's one to, it's an all-rounder, but I would use it for that sort of giving me that confidence and that energy just to keep going, you know. So, because sometimes that's very difficult. So my next crystal is rose quartz, and that's used for emotional healing, hope, joy, love, nurturing, positive energy and self-love. And that's that has been one of my favourite stones since I was a teenager. That's what I used to try and look for, was rose quartz. And yeah, so I, you know, in this video I only have one with me, but I do have a little collection somewhere, so I just need to dig out all my crystals. Okay, so my next crystal is selenite, and that is used, well, empaths use it. It's for intuition and psychic abilities, meditation and purification. So I would say like cleansing and purification is, you know, one of the #1 things with that stone. As I say, it's one that doesn't need charging in the moonlight. It carries its own charge and will give charge to other stones as well. So yeah, that's a real lovely one to have. Okay, so my next one is serpentine, and that empaths use that. It's for meditation, mental health, protection and wisdom. So that's a lovely green. It's like a patchy light and dark green kind of stone, and yeah, it's one that I just like it anyway. It's kind of connected with snakes and stuff, so but yeah, well, the name is anyway. Okay, so my next stone, my next crystal is Smoky Quartz, and empaths use that. It's used for grounding, manifestation, protection and purification. And I love the way it goes from that browny colour, you know, and then sort of fades into that clear white sort of colour. It's beautiful. It really is lovely. Okay, my next crystal is, I think it's Sodalite. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's for clarity, focus, creativity and inspiration, intuition and psychic abilities, meditation, visioning, and wisdom. So yeah, that's a lovely one as well. Just kind of, I forgot I even had that one in my collection, and I just love it. It's a lovely colour. Okay, Sunstone is for abundance and money, confidence, creativity and inspiration, empowerment, hope, positive energy and vitality. So that's one that's like going to give you a bit of a boost sort of spiritually and physically as well, and that's what I, you know, use it for. Okay, next one is Tiger's Eye, and that's for anger and stress relief, anxiety and depression, balance, clarity and focus, grounding, hope, luck, vitality and wisdom. I do actually have a tiger's eye ring that I think my grandmother gave to my mother, and then my mother gave to me. I am not going to have any children, so that ring will be left to my niece. So it's almost going to be like a family heirloom. But I love tiger's eye, and I discovered that I had like a normal tiger's eye, but I think the other one, the little round one, is like a blue colour, and I think you can get like a blue tiger's eye, and I forgot I even had that. And yeah, I love those stones, they're stunning. So okay, tourmaline quartz, we're getting near the end now. So yeah, tourmaline quartz, and its uses are for good luck, healing and protection. So yeah, that's another pretty one that I, you know, love to have around and stuff. So okay, and last but not least is yellow Aventurine, and that's used for self-reflection, prosperity, calmness, balance, optimism and creativity. And that's, I love the yellow on that. It's just such a, I don't know, there's something really beautiful. It just reminds me of the sun, obviously, but it's a lovely yellow colour. One more that I forgot to mention is this, and I think this is called Celeste. I actually forgot to include it in that video, but I don't know how well, I don't know if that will focus. It probably won't focus, but yeah. So anyway, I've got that Celeste, and it's absolutely stunning. It's a really big piece, because a lot of whenever you kind of find these sorts of crystals in shops or wherever, they're normally smaller versions, but I can't even remember where I got this big version from. I can't remember when I got it. I just found it in my crystal collection. So there we go, and I think that's everything covered so far. I will still carry on collecting crystals as time goes on, and I know like everyone around me probably thinks that I'm a crazy hippy dippy person, but I don't care. I just love all my crystals and everything, and you know, I believe in them, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, so that's it for my crystal collection, and well, my crystal collection video, should I say. But yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and when you do subscribe, please hit that bell notification so you get notifications of all my latest videos. And if you've any comments or questions, then just pop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, from myself and my crystals, it is goodbye, and see you in my next video. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.